And next, let's give a warm welcome for a man who really needs no introduction here at the corner, Bobby Kresman.
Good evening. Hi, thank you, sir. Thank you. It's been a while.
Come on, hug it up.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, funny enough, 17 months ago to this, I think to this day, almost to this day, about one day off or so, I met my wonderful partner Holly over here. This is the first place we ever met was at the corner. It was pretty special. So, anyways. So. Ever since I was a kid, I've been fascinated with seamen. That is, sea people and people who earn their living from the sea. And growing up in an area where there were no harbors, there were no places where I could sail off into the great blue beyond. I didn't have that experience or that opportunity growing up. So anyhow, fast forward into my collegiate years, I initially wanted to be a marine biologist. I didn't make it that far for numerous reasons. So that was my avenue into getting out onto the ocean. And so anyhow, in my undergraduate, I worked with a marine ecology outfit, and they put me on to an offshore it's not an experiment, it's an ongoing experiment, and where the undergraduates, the lowly interns, go out and they do things that the graduate students don't have time to do. And one of those things was scrubbing algae off of buoys that are serving as little markers as for moorings that are collecting all kinds of data and such. And so anyhow, this is my first voyage out onto the open Pacific Ocean. And I had only been on like rowboats and canoes and such, and as a kid, and so I'm leaving. So this is in Oregon, mind you, and so I'm leaving this jetty going out into the open ocean, and we're heading about 15 miles downshore, and it's not a very long ride. It's about an hour and a half or so, but this is my first time on a boat of this size out on the open ocean. And and so we're out there, and I'm in awe. I'm like, wow, this is just great. I feel like alive, and I'm just bathing in the salt air, and it's a sunny day. It's the picturesque backdrop of the Oregon coast is at my left, and we're going down the coast, and I'm looking, and I'm seeing the horizon bobbing up and down, and I'm looking down on the boat, and it's, I can see in my periphery everything's kind of bobbling around. I'm just like, oh, all right. And spent some time drinking the night beforehand, probably a little dehydrated, I'm just like, oh, I'm not feeling so hot in here, and I don't know if anybody here has been seasick before, but it's horrible because it's like it envelops your entire body and your brain, and just like it's terrible. And so it started, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And sure enough, I didn't make it fully to the deck, and it made a little bit of a splatter on the side, and managed to get it over into the water. And they're like, oh, okay, you didn't take any of the Dramamine patches, did you? And I was like, I didn't think that I really needed it. Okay, well, you're a mistake, number one. But and again, seasickness just doesn't stop. Once you get it, it just keeps coming, and it keeps coming, and there's nothing left, and you're just heaving dry nothing, and it's terrible. So anyhow, I went down there, and I was one of I think 2 or 3 undergraduates on this cruise, and so I went down into the lowest spot on the boat, and they're like, yeah, if you hang out there, it's going to be a little bit less intense, and so if you just hang out down there, maybe it'll subside, and putting on a patch obviously wasn't going to make any difference at that point, so I was just going to see it through, drink some water, and call it good. And sure enough, no, in the several the 2 hours to get down there, and we got set up, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna come out on deck, and I'm gonna scrub these damn buoys. And sure enough, I'm still heaving, and I'm still trying trying my best just to get my job done, and I'm scrubbing these buoys like, with a bristle brush, and then taking turns of heaving over the side and scrubbing, and they're like, dude, just go back down. Like, we'll get it done. It's fine. You can go back down there and take care of yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And sure enough, I went down. I couldn't handle it. And so we went back, and I was sick the entire way, and it was pretty horrific. And I just remember getting back onto shore that day at the dock, and it was just like, man, this really isn't cut out for me. I don't know if I'm cut out to be a seaman or not, but that amongst many other things was one reason why I never end up as a marine scientist. But nonetheless, I had a wonderful experience, and learned something. So that's it. So.